Welcome to Insert Brain here, a Simpsons podcast. This is episode 3. I'm your host, Connor, and with me as always is my co-host, David.
What's up? How's it going?
Today we're talking about The Simpsons, Season 1, Episode 3, Homer's Odyssey. The original air date, January the 21st, 1990.
Yes, that's the one.
What did you think this episode was about?
So basically, from what I could gather, having watched it like 3 times now,
Aye.
Nothing, I'm drawing a blank, man.
Well, Homer loses his job. Not his normal job that he has for the rest of the season as a safety technician at the Springfield nuclear power plant.
He's
something that he says
a technical supervisor.
Right, he's a technical supervisor.
No. He's not a technical. He's a supervising technician. Yeah, because that's the job advert.
Yeah, he's a supervising technician.
Yeah.
He crashes his little car thing that he's using to get around the plant.
Yeah.
Into a tube, which has some steam inside of it.
Which pops open easier than a fucking paper cup. Falls over, man. That thing.
Mr. Burns cutting costs.
I guess so, yeah. That shit's probably paper mache, mate.
But he gets outed for having popped it open.
Yeah.
And Sherry and Terry's
father?
Somehow black dad fires him.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Sherry and Terry are like
whiter than white. Very
pale white, potentially Asian. So they usually draw Asian characters not as being yellow like the Simpsons are, but as being a very pale white.
Yeah, that's true.
So
maybe Asian or
race unknown.
Part Asian?
Aye, something like that. Not black.
Well, it doesn't look like it.
No. What's their mailman looking like?
Yeah, I was going to say the mailman or the milkman.
The milkman, the newspaper boy.
Something.
The old boy. Get them all tested.
Yep.
Yeah, and he gets fired and becomes suicidal.
Yeah.
Almost writes his suicide note on a bit of paper entitled "Dumb Things I Gotta Do Today."
Yeah.
Then goes to throw himself off a bridge
with a rock tied to his waist.
With a rock tied around his waist.
After carrying it all the way there.
And discovering another rock that looks just like it. And then Marge and the kids almost get hit by a car because there's no stop sign at this dangerous intersection. He discovers he has a new lease on life.
A
new lease on life to instill safety in the town of Springfield.
Yes.
Which he does for about 5 days.
Signs absolutely everywhere.
Signs everywhere. Signs for everything, like a bump in the road or a dip in the pavement.
Or a sign oncoming.
Oncoming signs.
Yeah.
Aye. And then decides he's going to take on his old boss, Springfield nuclear power plant, because it's very dangerous.
Obviously, yep.
At which point Mr. Burns offers him his job that he would have for the rest of the series. And he takes that job.
Yes.
That is the gist. Yeah, that is the gist of the episode.
Yeah. Sellout, really, isn't it?
He's a massive... That's classic Homer, though. He's a bit of a sellout in general.
Yeah.
It's a very Tracy Ullman-esque episode.
Right, yeah.
It feels like those shorts feel, but on a bigger budget and a bigger scale.
Right.
Backgrounds are more detailed and there's more characters than there ever were in those shorts, but the characters really feel like they're straight out of early days Frosted Chocolate Milkshake type Simpsons.
Yeah. But, with the backgrounds there, they've still got this weird colour gradient thing going on. Everything's like bright pink at the edges and then white in the middle. Yeah, everything's of the screen. It's really
off.
strange.
It's really odd looking.
Yeah.
And there's some good... The visuals in this episode are really mixed. There's some really good stuff like that POV shot from Homer.
Yeah.
When he's on the couch and Maggie pokes his eye.
Yeah.
Does that weird...
sort of camera shake almost.
Double image thing. Yeah. That's great. And then it's like... Then there's these shots of like these crowds. And they're just the most horrendous.
Man. Jesus Christ.
Awful looking characters. They've gotten to the point now, even from season 2, I want to say, where not only did they take out all these ugly freak-looking characters, because you can't have like a background extra who looks more strange and interesting than the main family.
Yeah.
But they've also taken out characters where they have Homer's beard or Bart's hair.
Yeah, I like alternate versions of them.
Yeah,
and there's been like storyboard versions of them.
Probably, yeah.
Because why would you have them in otherwise?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you have that character otherwise? If you want your sort of character to be distinct.
Mm-hmm.
You want the people that are the main characters to be distinct, which is probably why the bus stop thing gets nicked as well.
There's no one else in Hey Arnold who has a head like Hey Arnold.
No one.
There's no one in Courage. There's no other dogs in Courage the Cowardly Dog who look like a bean.
Aye, some roadkill bean.
We can jump into first appearance if you want. Our famous segment, untitled first appearance segment.
That's the one.
First appearance of Sherry and Terry.
Yeah.
Aforementioned racially ambiguous set of twins who terrorize Bart.
First appearance in the actual episode, because they're in the starting, aren't
they? Not at this point, no.
Are they not?
Bear in mind
the saxophone and stuff.
Oh, shit.
They're in the...
You're right, so they are. I think they're in the saxophone opening when Lisa...
Yeah, but they look really big there. They look like 7 times larger than they are.
Yeah, there's really weird proportion stuff in that opening credits.
Yeah.
But yeah, first real appearance in an actual episode.
Yeah.
They're not in Bart the Genius or Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire.
That's the one.
They don't make appearances in either of those episodes. This is their first.
Yeah. In episode proper appearance.
One of those character sets, I suppose, because there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Who've kind of on and off been shoved under the carpet.
Yeah, I think they do fairly regularly get just shoved to the sidelines and
they're always there in the background, back up. But they're very popular in the comic books.
All right, yeah.
Which maybe one day we'll stop and take a look at those.
One day.
When we run out of episodes.
Oh.
In 15 years.
At least.
Jerry and Terry, usually Lisa-centric bullies.
Yeah,
because Bart has Nelson.
Yeah,
and eventually also has Jimbo and Dolph and Kearney.
Aye.
Doesn't also need Jerry and Terry.
Yeah, but in this one, they don't really interact with Lisa at all.
Lisa's barely in this episode.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really... Lisa's...
So this school trip didn't actually have Lisa in it.
Well, Lisa's in a different grade from Bart.
Yeah.
Bart's 10 and Lisa's 8. Lisa's in Miss Hoover's class. And obviously Bart's in Mrs. Krabappel's class. Who makes her second appearance in the show after being in the last episode. Right. I love Mrs. Krabappel. First appearance of Otto the bus driver.
Yes.
Whose full name is Otto Mann.
Yes.
He was apparently designed after...
a footstool?
A footstool with Slash's hair and Guns N' Roses. He was designed after Simpsons writer Wallace Wolodarski.
All right. Did not know that.
But yeah, he appears obviously in the opening scene where he shows Bart his new tattoo.
Yeah.
Which, had the episodes aired in their original air order, would have set up Bart wanting a tattoo in Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire.
Yep. But obviously...
Obviously not.
None of that. None of that.
And then he appears later on, he's ordering a burger from Marge at her... sexy
Mr. Burger's whatever
Mr. Burger's roller rink Burgerama or whatever the hell that is meant to be.
That is short pinafore.
I would bury my face in buns there every day.
Those burgers would not need any extra sauce.
Let me cut all that out.
Yeah. Cream buns, so I don't know, fuck it.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
I'd claim that here any day. First appearance of Jasper.
Yeah.
The old man with the big beard in a non-verbal role.
Yeah.
He's a retired background man here.
Yeah, because he's in the town hall sort of gathering, isn't he?
Yeah, he's sitting behind Homer, staring forward and not blinking at all.
That's the one.
Because he's not animated.
Perfect.
First appearance of Blinky the fish.
All right, yeah, the three-eyed fish.
The three-eyed fish appears very briefly, floats up to the surface of the water.
Yeah, showing where the nuclear wastewater is rejoining the nature's water.
Yeah, having a lovely effect.
Yeah, clearly. All right.
Chief Wiggum, first appearance of Chief Wiggum.
Yeah, yep.
Different voice, I want to say.
I feel like
I don't know if it's a different voice actor or if it's just a different
way of speaking for him.
Yeah.
Maybe just hadn't quite settled on the character's voice yet.
He's kind of a little bit dumb.
Yeah,
and he has different coloured hair, but he's not what that character will become. He's not like a pig-esque moron. He has the pig nose, but he's not like...
Yeah.
He's not the epitome, the worst possible police officer in fiction you could ever be compared to.
Yeah, he's not there yet.
Not quite. First appearance and last appearance of Springfield's previous mayor. Right,
yeah, of course.
That guy that introduces Chief Wiggum and gets Homer at stop sign. That's the mayor before Mayor Quimby.
Yeah.
Diamond Joe Quimby.
Yeah.
He's only in this episode and he never shows up again.
Damn. Never actually thought about that.
No, me neither. I didn't notice that he was meant to be the mayor until I looked up the trivia for this episode. I was doing some research before we recorded. And yeah, that guy is meant to be the mayor. So you can tell that Quimby's the mayor because in every scene he wears a sash that says mayor.
Yeah.
I think first appearance of Larry and Sam.
Right. You're looking at me like I'm supposed to know who that is.
You know the two guys that sit at Moe's bar all the time? Not Lenny and Carl.
Yeah, Larry. Sorry. Larry's got the black hair and that.
No, Larry's balding and Sam has a baseball cap.
Oh, right. Okay. Never mind then.
If I showed you their designs, you would go,
yeah,
those two characters who sit in Moe's and are never...
I feel like I remember them from Hit and Run.
Yeah, I think we kicked them over in Hit and Run or something.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like a couple of missions that involve them. Don't you have to like pick up chicken crates or something like that?
That's for Cletus.
Oh, it's Cletus. Oh, yeah, so it is. Cletus and he's
there is something to do with
truck.
Larry and Sam, I think. They're in the game, definitely.
Yeah.
Or they're not. And I'll cut this out, because I can't be wrong.
Perfect.
Good. First appearance of Smiling Joe Fission.
Yes. Yeah, the nuclear explainer dude.
Yeah. Good.
I figured as much with a name like Joe Fission.
He does appear in subsequent episodes, but only really as an image. He's the logo for the Springfield Isotopes, the baseball team.
Yeah.
So he appears in that capacity.
He's usually just a still, like a picture or a patch or
something. Or a patch or a t-shirt or a hat.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have any more speaking roles.
Yeah.
And last, but definitely not least, first appearance of Smithers.
Oh, yeah. Black Smithers.
That
was a bit of a Michael Jackson going on there. The fuck?
So I've heard two conflicting stories on what happened here.
Right.
One is that some of the animators thought the show needed more black characters. So they were like, well, make Smithers
black. Yeah.
And then they realised that having a character who's very subservient to a character like Mr. Burns, who's a white landowner.
Ah, man, yeah.
That doesn't look very good, so they swapped him out and made him white.
Yeah.
And the other story is that it's an animation error.
I'm more inclined to believe the first one.
So am I.
Much more inclined to believe the first one. I feel like the second one's a press release as to why that is.
Slight animation error, but on the commentary track, they mentioned that they wanted a more black representation in the show.
Right.
And
they just
Smithers wasn't it.
Aye.
Yeah. Smithers was a poor choice.
It's a terrible or arguably a really good choice from the prospect of the fact that it's Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
He would.
I don't think Mr. Burns is a racist. I don't think he's never positioned openly racist views in the show, has he?
I don't think so. But I would
We'll
guess.
Keep an eye on him.
I would guess that if he doesn't, it's not because Mr. Burns, the personality, isn't. I would postulate that because he is not racist in the show because that would get The Simpsons cancelled off of the air.
I think he's not racist because he doesn't care about anything except money.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose. And at this point in time, what is it, like 1990 you said this was aired?
January 1990.
So at this point, it's one of those things, it would probably be, at this point, Mexicans would be the cheapest labour. So it would be, if anything, you would be arguably wanting to hire more Mexicans than anyone else. They would be cheaper.
Exactly, yeah.
At this time, they would be cheaper to pay because any especially illegal Mexicans would be cheaper.
Yeah. And then eventually outsourcing to countries like China.
Hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, this guy would not have a factory in America today.
This is a very serious territory for a show called Insert Brain Here.
Yes, it is.
Which talks about The Simpsons to get into.
And that is as far as we're going to get.
You're going to cut it off right there.
Right there. Probably out. More likely. 4-minute long podcast.
I'm leaving it all in. Content is content is content. It's all being kept in.
Perfect.
First, Bart prank call.
Yes. Bart and Lisa prank call. Bart's talking, but they're both pissing themselves laughing.
Yeah, Lisa used to really enjoy the prank calls.
Yeah.
I miss when Lisa was more of a happy-go-lucky character.
Yeah.
Enjoyed.
And like in Bart the Genius, when they were at the opera.
Yeah, and Lisa was
cracking up with Homer's antics.
Yeah, Lisa was also laughing at Homer's. Marge was the only one who wasn't.
Yeah.
But then also in Bart the Genius, Marge joined in when Bart is calling Homer a Kojibo.
Yes, aye. Yeah. They've all got their lighter sort of moments. But yeah, I definitely miss when Lisa didn't have quite so much of a stick up her ass.
Marge too. I feel like Marge wouldn't join in that kind of thing anymore. So I had a stroke there.
All right. Perfect. Keep recording.
Keep going. It's all content.
Content's content, right?
The first time that Mr. Burns says excellent.
Yes.
I don't think he quite does.
I don't think he quite does it. I don't think he does like the
finger tensing.
Yeah, nothing like that. I don't think. I didn't see it. Well, I don't remember seeing that. We've seen it like 3 times in the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
It was the first use of the J in Homer J. Simpson.
All right. I didn't even notice that part.
I think it's when he says his name.
Right.
He's declaring that he's going to go out and look for a job, and he says, if I'm not Homer J. Simpson.
Yeah.
And he goes out to look for a job, and he gets turned down by that weird-looking half person. I don't know if you caught that when they're shutting all the doors in his face.
Oh, the one that was at the...
It's the second last one.
Drive-through or something? Like a burger place or something?
I think so.
Must be like a pretend yellow arches.
A little half man with like a pointed beak for and only one eye.
Yeah.
I'll put a photo of him in if we have some sort of a video podcast by this point.
Yeah.
Here's a photo of him, and here's a drawing by an artist.
Yeah.
Just awful designs in this episode all around.
Yeah. They were really pulling some of this out of the woodwork.
It was somewhere out of a bin.
Oh, Christ. It must have been. Some of these are really strange characters, like the crowd when he's talking at the power plant.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Some of the worst looking characters in the show. This might be the worst
as well
animated episode of The Simpsons.
Well, character-wise, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
I've seen worse backgrounds.
Yeah, the backgrounds they're not great.
They're not great, but I've seen worse. I think in Bart the Genius, the backgrounds were...
Is Bart the Genius worse than this, or was it better? One of the 3 episodes was better than this. One of the 2 episodes we watched before this was
one
better.
of the 2 episodes prior to this.
I feel like Bart the Genius was better than this.
You know what? Yeah. I think it was Bart the Genius that was better than roasting over an open fire.
Yeah, Simpsons roasting on an open fire.
That's it, on an open fire, aye. Not over it, which they would actually be roasting, but sure.
This was technically the first appearance of Duff.
Right, yeah, the advert on the unemployed network.
Yeah. But there's a can of Duff when Homer is sifting through the rubbish in episode 1.
Right.
There's a Duff there.
Yeah. But that was supposed to be afterwards.
Would have been set up in this and then.
Yeah, because he's...
but also...
This is kind of like the introduction to Duff with that advert.
Yeah. Same with this was meant to be the introduction of Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
Because that's why there's a big pull-out and in the music sting when he's revealed.
Mm.
I feel like this episode will make sense more coming after Simpsons roasting on an open fire.
Mm.
Because Homer gets a better job in this with a raise.
Yes.
So it makes sense he would have more money here than he did in his previous...
Yes, it does. Without a doubt, it definitely makes sense in that aspect. But with the tattoo, with the Duff beer, and with other things, it would have made more sense before it.
Yeah.
You know
It was meant to come before it, but I just think...
I reckon it must have been in consideration about how they were going to rejig the episodes once they decided, or once they realised they're going to have to rejig them.
Aye.
I think that's probably why it ended up at much further down the line.
Mm.
Because the main part of the aspect of that show, of this episode, definitely makes more sense after roasting on open fire.
Aye, yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. We got any more first appearances, or we
that's our famous segment, Untitled First Appearance segment, finished.
That was much longer because I kept rambling.
It's I like that segment. That's my favourite of our many segments.
Yes, yeah.
In this
podcast. That's another podcast.
That's the other one. I'm not going to say what all those N's stand for, though.
No.
Nothing good.
No.
That's the podcast we have on the Joe Rogan channel. Called a whole bunch of N's.
Jeez.
If I sit forward in my chair, it doesn't make as much of a noise, but it's not as comfortable.
Yeah.
That part can actually get cut out.
Yes, it can. My ass is numb. This chair is very uncomfortable.
Well, that's getting kept in. Your ass is numb?
Yeah. I definitely need a better padded chair at some point.
There's cushions here. I'll use one of these.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll slip off the chair.
Right. This is good content.
I have no idea if that's ironic or not.
Oh, it's ironic. All right.
I'm sure you'll end up rejigging it and having my ass numb somewhere where it really shouldn't be.
Here's a new segment for us.
Right.
It's called Boy, I Sure Hope Someone Got Fired for That Blunder.
Okay.
That's a Simpsons reference.
Yeah.
When the two twins are walking through the power plant explaining the meaning of the word incompetent to Bart,
yeah,
one of them's missing their body. They're just a floating head.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Don't know, because they've got the background behind them, so it's not like it's just blank.
Yeah, you can see her hair through her body.
Yeah.
And the other one has a body, and I assume they would be drawn in the same cell of animation.
You'd have thought they would just kind of copy and paste, essentially.
Well, maybe not copying. I think they have different movesets. But you think if you're drawing that cell of animation and you draw one twin, maybe they didn't know they were twins, very hastily thrown together season and episode.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's the end of the segment. Boy, I hope.
Boy, I hope.
That's the end of the segment. That's the end of the segment. Boy, I sure hope someone got fired for that blunder.
Yes.
A brand new segment that I thought up and named on the spot.
Clearly.
And I think that's a pretty good name for the segment.
That is a good name for the segment.
I almost called it, what the fuck is this? I was like,
that would be easier to say.
I should probably try and work in a Simpsons reference.
Probably.
At least once an episode.
Yeah. It's not all, ooh.
It's time for 3 Blind Mice trivia.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Which is the name of our trivia segment, I've decided. It's called 3 Blind Mice trivia.
Yeah. Did we decide that in the last? podcast?
We did, but I don't know if it was clear or not. So I'm restating it here. 3 blind mice trivia.
Good.
Homer J. Simpson, the J in Homer J. Simpson's name, is taken from Bullwinkle J. Moose. You know, from Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle's full name is Bullwinkle J. Moose.
I did not know that.
So they took the J from Bullwinkle.
Yep.
They took the J from Bullwinkle J. Moose and attributed it to Homer.
Oh, nice.
There we go. There's a bit of trivia for you.
Awesome.
The cartoon at the power plant, you notice how it had those kind of scratches to make it look like it was an old-time cartoon? You want to take a gander as to how they got that effect?
Did they record it? Oh, well, make it and then just play it back on an old VHS tape or something?
No, they had the animation cells dragged across a cement floor.
Really?
Yeah. They just dragged them across a cement floor.
Nice. Fair enough. Well, that did it. Did the trick. It looked bloody good, that.
It looks very authentic.
Yeah. It was definitely, with the whole nuclear thing going on, the voice, the old-timey voice filter, the nuclear family. Jesus Christ.
Don't talk about the daughter from the nuclear family. Oh, she has no confirmed age.
That's true. But it's an episode from 1990. She's old enough now.
She's a gilf now. It's an episode from 1990, and it's meant to be an animation from the 50s. Are you tapping Professor McGonagall from Harry Potter?
I would.
3 blind mice trivia has gone off the rails.
You asked me a question. I figured a trivia question.
This was the first completed Simpsons. I'm getting it back on the rails. I'm fixing this train.
But what I was actually getting at, cut out the rest of this shit.
No, I'm keeping it in.
All right, fine.
Carry on.
What I would like to point out, what I was getting at with the nuclear, the filter on the voice, the effect that they made by dragging the cells across the concrete floor.
Yeah.
It's all really well done, to the point where it was making me think of Fallout.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, it's got a real Fallout feel to it.
It does.
I think Fallout might have taken some inspiration from The Simpsons. I have no source on that.
No.
Total fabrication.
But to be fair, Mr. Burns' nuclear plant could have been what caused it.
That's what we need the next Simpsons game to be. From Bethesda.
Oh, yes.
Fallout.
Wait, no, don't distract them.
Alright, sorry.
Don't distract them. Yeah. I want the next Elder Scrolls.
It's not happening.
It's gonna. Before I kick it, this shit's gonna happen. I have to make the damn game myself. Learn how to make a game so I can make it myself.
This was the first completed Simpsons script.
Yep.
When the script was written, Marge was called Juliet.
What?
I have it written in my trivia that she didn't have a name at the time.
Right.
I'm pretty sure she was called Marge in the Tracy Ullman shorts.
I think she was, yeah.
I think maybe the writers just didn't know her name.
Right. Juliet, though?
Because they thought Homer was meant to be like Romeo.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my god. Well, I'm glad they didn't go down that route.
The elderly couple that makes fun of Homer when he walks past him with the boulder. First appearance, by the way. I forgot to drop them in first appearance. They were supposed to be regular recurring characters who would offer off-kilter comments to what they would see, like the 2 old men from the Muppets.
Right. Aye. Yeah.
Waldorf and Zolodarsky, I think, are their names.
Yeah.
Statler and Waldorf. That's it. Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah.
Like Statler and Waldorf, basically.
Right.
Yeah, there's only so much you can really do with that kind of character.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's face it, probably have gotten old fast.
Yes, aye.
So, especially with it essentially just ripping off the Muppets.
That is the end of 3 blind mice trivia. General thoughts on this episode?
Well, I hate to go to that park after Homer's been there because
you don't want
keep
a
off
sign
the grass
warning you that there was a bird's nest somewhere.
Oh, I didn't even
see
warning
that
you
one. That there's a bench ahead.
And the little dip in the road that Marge was talking about as well, the little whoo in the road.
I have one last bit of 3 blind mice trivia, which I didn't write down, but I've forgotten. According to legend,
Oh, okay.
In the crowd of freaks and geeks who are watching Homer, a little boy with a bandana bandit thing on his eyes, those absolute sideshow attractions. There is a skeleton and a happy little elf.
What?
I went through this. It's an official bit of trivia.
Really?
I went through this frame by frame and found fuck all.
I was going to say, I didn't see anything. I was scouring that thing.
I posted on the Simpsons Reddit page and was like, has anyone seen this? Multiple people responded that they were aware of the trivia, but when they saw my post, they went on Disney Plus, went to view the episode, and couldn't see them. So I think
it's not just Disney Plus. We watched this episode on DVD.
We did. We switched to the DVD for this one.
Yeah, so this was in either.
It's not been censored out by Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, for some reason. But yeah, that's weird.
So yeah, there's a bit of fake trivia, potentially. Maybe they're in there and just no one has meant, but I couldn't see them.
Surely someone would have found them. Let's face it, frame by frame. People on the internet's got way too much time on their hands.
Simpsons fans are notoriously good at spotting this kind of stuff as well.
Well, they're going to be watching it at like 0.1 of a speed.
Yeah, frame by frame.
By individual frame, watching this through just to make sure. So there's no way that would be missed, surely. Surely.
Maybe I'll try and get in touch with someone from the show via email who worked on this episode and ask and be like, what's this?
What's up with this trivia nonsense?
I couldn't see them. I think they don't exist. I think that's a bit
me an original frame with this.
In the mail.
In the mail. Yeah. Yeah, just for evidence.
Recreational purposes.
Fucking recreational purposes.
I'll frame it and put it up in the recording studio.
Yes. That'd be awesome. That would be
awesome. To watch over us as we record.
Yeah. Watch over the cutout of the episode trivia that they were talking. Because this shit will be cutting room floor if that's the case.
Yeah.
Right.
So there you go. That is really now officially the end of Three Blind Mice Trivia.
For the third time.
For the third time. That is the end of Three Blind Mice Trivia.
Till we think of something else.
That's definitely everything now.
All right. Good.
My notes have been closed. That is definitely everything. So yeah, I didn't like this episode.
I have watched it too many times to enjoy it now.
I mean, I don't dislike it. Maybe I should rephrase that. I didn't dislike it, but of the three we've watched so far, this is my least favourite one.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
I don't like the pacing. I don't like the Tracy Ullmanisms of the characters.
Right.
The pacing in the dialogue sections as well. When Homer's lying on the couch, it's like Bart says a line and then there's a pause of silence.
And then Lisa replies to the line.
And then there's a pause of silence.
Yeah. It seems like it's almost like they weren't even in the same studio.
Which is weird because I think they were.
They will have been.
Yeah.
They would have been at this point, without a doubt. Surely.
God knows if they are now.
Probably not, no.
But I think they were at this point.
They would have been at this point.
Or at least for some of the recordings, but it just feels very stilted.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic as well.
Maybe with all the issues that they were having with the first season, maybe it was just one of those things that it was just like a rush to get some of the episodes finished.
Yeah.
So I would imagine they'd be way over budget by now. What with having that company, screw up a whole bunch of episodes worth of stuff.
Episodes completely reanimated.
Exactly. So they'd be way stretched over budget. So everyone would be stressed and just letting things fall through, like the
Sherry or Terry not having a body.
Aye, exactly.
Or those crowd shots looking like...
Oh my God. Yeah, they really
like
just...
Corn.
It's just...
Not the band.
No.
Like creamed corn.
Yeah. It was
very rough.
Really strange. And it's like from front on with that crowd, you can see that, the same way like Bart's hair is his head.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like half the crowd is that. And then you see the back of their heads.
And no one has that.
Everyone's got hair.
Yeah.
I think there's one person in that entire crowd that doesn't. Maybe two. Because I think they pan across it a little bit. But
yeah, they pan across when they go to Marge in the kids.
Yeah, but still, like, there's so many to start with. There's so many of them that they've got the head as their hair, but it's just really strange. Yeah. They look really weird. They look a lot more normal from the back.
Yeah.
So some of their heads are really not the same shape. It's just weird.
Just a real freak of an episode overall. Just a real...
It seems like it was like a proper botch, maybe.
Yeah,
like just everything coming together in the wrong ways. Yeah.
I think we're maybe shitting on it too much.
Probably are, yeah. We're looking back on an old episode, over budget, overworked. It's most likely.
It's not bad.
So it's probably a hell of a lot better than I could do right now. I know it seems like a bit of a shitfest on them there, but
did what you could.
Aye, yeah.
And your best wasn't good enough.
Exactly. No, it
doesn't impress me with my 2023 sensibilities. I've seen 600 plus episodes of The Simpsons, Sonny. Maybe even 800 plus. I can't remember.
Christ.
How many episodes are in the first 33 seasons?
I really don't know. I hate to think.
So do I.
Because we've done 3 of these.
We'll get there when we get there.
I know.
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. They'll have finished season 50.
Years by my calculations, by the way.
At least. Oh, fucking hell.
I did the 1 week per episode for how many episodes there were. 14 years. You're looking around for an exit there. There isn't an exit.
There's a window.
We're locked in now.
There's a window and 2 fucking 3 stories fall.
That's about enough on Homer's Odyssey. I think we're getting too cruel on this poor old geriatric half-baked episode.
Yeah.
I like the concept.
Yes, and some of the backgrounds were done pretty well, I have to say, with this one. Some
I
of the
really
backgrounds
loved
were
that
nice.
panning shot with Blinky the Fish.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That looks like
looked
as
really,
good
really
as a season 3 or 4.
Yeah, that looked really nice. That was done well.
Trivia!
There we go. I told you the trivia wasn't done.
Fuck, 3 Blind Mice trivia.
Yep.
I'm not editing any of this together.
I know. It can stay where it is.
The writers and the animators actually went out to look at real nuclear power plants.
Really?
For inspiration
on how to lay out things and stuff.
Layout and write and design, and like the cart that Homer drives in, that's from a real power plant. The overhead walkway that Bart's on, that's real.
Yep.
Everything is pretty accurate except
the pipe.
No, the pipe is accurate. Big pipes like that.
No, I mean the pipe just popping open.
Oh, just crumbling like it's nothing.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about what's not accurate is people walking around in hazmat suits.
Yeah,
they're in E.T.
No one will be walking around in hazmat suits, especially when you're in an area with a tour going on. Yeah. Despite it saying extreme radiation on the doors on the way in.
Very hazardous. Enjoy your visit.
Yes. Enjoy your visit. Yes. But other than that, you've got people walking around. There's several people, including, is it Sherry and
Terry?
Sherry and Terry's father. He's not got anything other than a hard hat, I think, on. He's got a hard hat, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
But he's not wearing a hazmat suit.
Sherry and Terry's questionable dad.
Yeah. And then obviously Homer's just driving around on a cart with nothing. I mean, to be fair, if anyone's going to forget the hazmat suit, it's going to be Homer.
Homer has in episodes walked through actual rooms with open nuclear radiation with nothing on but his shirt.
Yeah. Well, he's like, he walks around in the opening credit with a stick of uranium stuck to his back.
Fishes it out when he's driving and just chucks it out the window.
Exactly, yeah.
That inanimate carbon rod.
Aye, perfect.
Aye. Right, I'm going to call it there.
Yeah.
This has been Insert Brain Here, a Simpsons podcast, episode 3, talking about Homer's Odyssey.
Yeah.
I've been Connor.
And I've been David.
This is a T for 22 Productions.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.